One more time. This is Angela with today's Cup of Tea. It's tough getting it under 15 minutes today because there's a lot to talk about. This is an awesome topic, though. And what's even more awesome is how I don't even have to think about what the topics are anymore. I don't even have to really meditate on them because they're always sitting there right in front of me. And that's really a testament to the topic for today, which is assimilating our spirituality into the rest of our lives, into all of our lives, to realizing that spirituality is our life, that being spirit is what we are instead of just a piece of it. And it's amazing how, and in testament to that, it's amazing how what's happened is I so trust that these topics are going to come in the highest and best way, and what's the highest and best topic, that I barely give it a thought. I barely even go into meditation. I most of the time forget about asking about it in meditation, and in the morning comes and I'll be like, okay, what is it? But you know what? I realized this yesterday. I'm getting messages from my higher self, from creator, whoever. I am creating the reality of the messages coming back to me as to what I should be talking about, and the people who come to me and talk to me, the conversations that I have, the thoughts that come up, or the things that I see. And it all always works together in a theme without even a thought. It's just there. That's part of what happens when we do assimilate that spirituality and our spirit and realize that our spirit is everything else. I had this meditation, I don't know, 2 years ago or so. It was quite a while ago. And it was the first time this ever happened. It was amazing. In this meditation, I completely left my body, and I was my spirit. I was huge. I felt magnificent and beautiful, breathtaking, and just amazingly divine. And I started creating, and I was floating out there, and I formed myself into this beautiful celestial bird, and I'm just creating as I go and having the best time. And it was just the most joy that I could ever have felt. And then I saw this little window, and I stopped and I looked in the window, and I realized that I was looking through the eyes of my body, and how small that window felt, and how limited and tiny it was in comparison to the hugeness of who I am, and who we all are, and that connectedness to that universe, the multiverse, or the whole shebang, you know. And it was just amazing. I couldn't even contain the joy. It was like just tears of joy and everything. And now it's pretty much how I view life. Because when we can look at the fact that our spirits are so huge and divine and magnificent, and that we are looking through these little windows from our, through our bodies into this existence that we're creating, we realize that we're not the puppets. We are the puppets, but we're not just the puppets. We are the puppets and the puppeteers and the one who's creating the whole shebang, the whole play, the whole drama, whether it's drama or a comedy. That's our choice. What we have in the set, that's our choice. And we are all of that, all at once. And so if we can change our perspective to realize that, and we do realize that we are spirits having a human experience, and that's what the human experience is. It's like a stage. It's like a play. It's having this, it's okay, we're going to try this, we're doing this. And when we can look at it that way, wow, your perspective changes on so much. And then you realize it is all integrated, because that's all it is. And so that's the practice for us to really get to, because we do put our boxes, we have our boxes separate, and people say, well, I don't understand. How do you do that? How do you go from, you're the same whether you are meditation, you're in class teaching, or you are Department of Motor Vehicles? And I'm like, yeah, it's taking practice, but and I do it full time. So those who don't, it takes a little longer. Now the funny thing is this: I work with a lot of people, and my goal in general is to help you find your soul's purpose, to remember your soul's purpose, and to remember what it is to make your heart and soul sing. Because then your full spirit comes through into this body. It comes through into this play and onto this stage. And when you do that, then it is so easy to just integrate our spirituality with everything. because then you do love every moment. Then you don't think, okay, I can enjoy this part of my life, but I can't enjoy this one. See how it just starts to flow all together. It's just amazing. It's huge. So I had a great experience on that. Last night I do this open spiritual discussion group, and we talk about all these kind of topics and stuff. And I do it in person here, and I have had a lot of people start requesting that I do it online. So I said, all right. So I've been looking into some software and some systems online that provide video conferencing, because we want to see each other, because we can type all we want on Facebook, but it's really nice to see each other. And found this one. I had tested on a couple of computers and it was okay, and it seemed to work, and so I set it up and we started going. And like after the third person or fourth person got on, everything went haywire. The sound went haywire, the pictures started overlapping each other, and we disconnected. I changed the link, we came back on, and the same thing happened several times. And the whole time, excuse the bird chirping and adding their 5 cents out the window. But anyway, no matter what we did, I was laughing about it. And yeah, I got a little frustrated, but when I got frustrated, I knew how to step back and say, okay, I'm frustrated. All right, I tried harmonizing and balancing, and there are some things that are just not doing so. All right, so on the fly, excuse us, on the fly, I was like, all right, Creator, I know this is supposed to happen. I know we're supposed to be together and do this. What is it, that I should change? And all I heard was, well, go to Skype. Seriously, I just went to Skype, went back to Skype, did video conferencing on Skype, and I had to do fix a little glitch on that. But it took us a half hour to get up, but then we did, and we had a great conversation. We were all laughing. I never lost my cool. I never lost my zen. And I was laughing about it most of the time, except for that one moment of frustration. And when I saw it, that was the whole thing, is I saw that frustration, and I was able to step back and say, well, yeah, let's just change this, because we can, because I know this is just the stage. It's like, our Creator, let's go back, or let's go to the higher self and say, okay, let's change this and how this is playing out. And I even said that to my husband when I went to bed last night. I said, isn't that a lot of testament to this? Because, not too long ago, I would have been freaking out, because I used to be like a big type A, anal, retentive kind of person in details and stuff like that. And I'm just like, whatever. It flows the way it flows. So that is part of the practice that we're trying to get into. That is something to be conscious of more and more, because instead of keeping your meditation and clearing your mind and whatever abilities that you are uncovering, it's time for us to remember that it is all of this. It's all of this existence. So that is what our clearing is for today, which is integration of our spirituality with the rest of our existence. So would you like all of the following without trauma, drama, or illness, without creating or recreating a situation for illustration or experience, and all with ease, grace, balance, harmony, joy, fun, excitement, adventure, love, humor, and bliss? Would you like it for all versions of you, all times, all places, into the ever-expanding universe, to infinity and beyond? Would you also like it, all information that comes through this clearing, to come via instantaneous download with fully conscious understanding in the version of you and time and place from which it is requested? And would you also like all of Creator's truths and understandings, perceptions, definitions, perspectives that come through from this clearing to become your own, for Creators to become your own, for divine alignment? And then then we're moving into this now. Would you like to dissolve, resolve, clear, and release all etheric binding agreements that require you to, during this existence, during your physical existence here, to separate your spirituality and the rest of your life? Would you like to get Creator's truth and clarity as to how that has served you to have those agreements, how it will serve you to be without those agreements, to thank all parties involved, to open the doors to apology and forgiveness in all directions, to download the understandings and knowledge of understanding and forgiveness, apology and forgiveness in all directions, to and from all parties involved? And if you don't have those agreements in place, also just to bring forward all of the experiences that have caused you to have these beliefs that you must keep your spirituality and the rest of your life separate. To create clarity and understanding on that, to perception versus the truth of the situations, and what was to be learned from that, And then would you like to pull all the beliefs related to the following? I must separate my spirituality and the rest of my physical existence. I will get hurt if I assimilate my spirituality and the rest of my existence. I will get ridiculed. I will get shunned or banned. I will be unloved. I will get hurt or killed or anything of the sort if I assimilate my spirituality with the rest of my life. To pull all fears and anxieties, to pull all regrets, rejections, resentments, and anger that are related to those beliefs. Pull the memory and energy of that from the cellular level, as well as all self-limiting thoughts, words, and actions at the cellular level that's all related to all of those. Transform them to Creator's light, send them back to Creator, close those receptors, open new ones, saturate the cells with the highest vibration of Creator's unconditional love. Download the beliefs, I am spirit at all times. I am a spirit at all times. My spirituality is my life. My spirituality is integrated with everything in my life. I know how to exist and move forward with spirituality being integrated into my entire life without trauma, drama, or illness, without creating or recreating situations for illustration, and all with ease, grace, balance, harmony, and joy. And then again, all the feelings and knowledge of how to do that, knowing that you're worthy, deserving, and able to, that it's possible to do that it's okay, that's allowed and safe to, that you're ready, willing, and able to, and that you have that in your life right now. And then would you like to write it off as completed in the Akashic Records, heal, resolve, and clear the timelines in all directions to infinity with the violet and platinum flames, and offer to any and all ancestors and descendants, and all of those involved with the agreements as well, if you have them, offer to all of them if they so choose to accept. Would you like all of that? And if you would, clear your mind, take a deep breath, and say yes, assimilation. And that's it. Have a great one. And yes, I made it under 15, still 12, but have a great one. We'll talk to you next week. This is Angela at Today's Cup of Tea.